I shall reign triumphant.
Buenos dias, children.
Son.
Hell, you're all gonna be doing that.
Welcome back to Villain Review episode 56, and today we are looking at Lord Henry Blackwood from the Iron Man Dumbledore version of Sherlock Holmes. Shout out to frequent commenter Michael Dorsey for suggesting Lord Blackwood. Michael, you the homie, man. How strong is this performance from Mark Strong? Well, hopefully strong. Let's find out.
Magnificent, with simple purpose. To create a new future.
So unfortunately, we don't really get a whole lot when it comes to Blackwood's origins. What we do know is that he's the son of Sir Thomas, who was the leader of the Temple of the Four Orders. Right off the bat, Blackwood doesn't really like Sir Thomas, and while they never really explain why, it's pretty easy to understand. Being the bastard of Sir Thomas and not really getting any fatherly love, it definitely makes them not really like each other. However, I'm not quite sure that this hatred for his father justifies his motivation. Don't mind me, I'm just a British therapist, I is. My father... he just doesn't get me, you know? Nope. I mean, like, yeah, technically he's my father, but he was never really my daddy. Ew, that's gross. Luckily, I have a great way to get back at him. Do good things with your life? No, I'm actually gonna kill him and then take over the United States. Wow, that took a dark turn. It's all in the name. Blackwood. Ew, that sounds like a porn star name. All right, hey man. Okay, yeah, you're kind of right. Personally, I don't think there's enough about Blackwood's origins to motivate someone to do the crazy things that Blackwood does.
And I will rise again. Pay attention. 3 more will die, and there is nothing you can do to save them.
So with that being said, I'm not sure what else there is to Blackwood's motive besides just wanting power. And as we all know, the whole power-hungry motive is the Game of Thrones Season 8 of motives. I definitely think there's something there when it comes to his origins, but I'm not quite buying it as a motive that would produce the world's most evil magician.
Across the Atlantic lies a colony that was once ours.
So I really want to talk about Mark Strong, because I think he does a really good job here. Strong plays Blackwood with this quiet strength, which you really feel as an audience member. He's not this big extravagant villain who flexes his power every chance he has. He's more of a quiet guy who just gives off the impression of having power. Blackwood is like that kid in the 4th grade who's in the back just eating erasers and just doing weird dark stuff, and you're like, yeah, that guy could probably mess me up. Blackwood is a Sherlock Holmes villain, so he also has to be pretty smart, and luckily he is. When the movie is all said and done, it's impressive to look back and just see how much he's accomplished. He's a character who seems to be able to beat every single person in this movie except Sherlock Holmes. That's one of the things that makes him such a good Sherlock villain, is that he's smart enough to go up against Holmes, but he's not smart enough to beat him. I also really like the tone around this character and how nobody's really sure if what he's doing is truly magic or not. It brings a whole new element to the world and to the movie, and when we've seen Sherlock go up against Moriarty and Irene Adler just over and over again, it's pretty refreshing to get a new and cool villain. He's quiet, powerful, cocky, and smart, everything needed in a Sherlock Holmes villain. So while his motivation might not be top tier, there's still a lot of things to enjoy about the character.
All those of you who are with me shall be protected. All others will perish.
So overall, I think Blackwood has some really cool scenes, because like I said, I really like the overall vibe he's got going on. Obviously, I really like the interactions with Sherlock, but my favorite Blackwood scene doesn't even have Holmes in it, and that's the scene where he takes power of the Temple of the Four Orders. I really like this scene because it's one of the many moments where we're just left absolutely stunned and confused. When Blackwood enters the room, he does so with this confidence that everyone just knows something is about to go down. We get this pretty solid monologue from Blackwood, and then the other guy is just like, "You're crazier than the 95.2% of people not subscribed to this channel, so I'm gonna shoot you now." And then Blackwood's like, "Do your worst, bitch." And then he shoots the gun and it explodes and we get this awesome piece of music from Hans Zimmer and it just makes a really awesome scene. It's scenes like this where I personally felt outsmarted by Blackwood as the viewer. We're left wondering if everything he's doing is maybe magic, like, dang dude, maybe there's something to this. It's a really cool mystery that only Sherlock could figure out, and it's just a really cool scene.
Come, drink your allegiance here.
So I don't really think Blackwood has an origin story that explains his motivation or does it justice, but luckily there's a lot of other really cool things to the character. I really like the tone of the character, and he has such a unique presence on screen that just makes for a fresh Sherlock villain. Also having some really good scenes, Blackwood really only struggles for me in the motivation department. I'm gonna give Lord Blackwood a 7.
That's why we're here. That's why we're all here.
Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to comment below who I should review next. If you want to know a week early in advance who I'm reviewing, you're going to want to go follow my Instagram. It's right there. It's pretty sick. Also in the comments, let me know what you think of Lord Blackwood. Did I do him justice, or is he as a villain kind of mark weak? That's a dumb joke. See you next time.